But we are here right now. We're driving along an extension of Malecon. This is Port Avenue, okay? All this area was created back in the middle of the 18th century. Why? Because the city, Havana City, was founded in 1519. But during the 17th century, the city was growing in population, in houses and all that. And the city governor at that time decided to do some good things to the city and decide to build something nice for the people who used to live in the outside of the old city. All this area right here on the right belongs to the new part of the old city, okay? So this is Alameda de Paula. This is here on the left is one of the prominent area that Havana has nowadays. The other one we'll be able to see it in a short time, and it was also built in the middle of the 18th century by Don Jose Miguel de Tacon, who was the Captain General of the island at that time. Why Alameda de Paula? Because of this wonderful church that it used to be back in the middle of the 18th century, a little bit bigger than this one. You can see that it's practically destroyed behind because they decide to destroy completely in order to, how can we say, continue building like the promenade area. But the neighbors complained because of it, and they stopped the demolition of the church. And well, it turns a little bit time after that into a hospital, and nowadays it's only for concert hall such as San Francis of Assisi's Church, which is in front of the terminal. This here on the left, it used to be a warehouse to store wood and also tobacco leaves. But nowadays it's also a huge warehouse that sells handicraft. It's a flea market, okay? So the flea market that the appetizer inside the ship they're always given to you is inside that warehouse. Is beautiful. But Havana tells, coming back to the history of Havana tells the history of a city that defends herself. And one of the system of defense that Havana has was this huge wall that you see here on the left. And you will see another piece right here on the left again. This is one of the remaining pieces of the wall that used to was in place here in the old city in order to divide the old city to the new city. Why? Because they were afraid at that time during the 18th century that an invasion coming from land destroyed the old city. So that's why they decided to build this beautiful and also without purpose wall, because short time after, at the end of the 19th century, they decided to demolish. Here on the left again, that's why they put the name to the train station, one of the first train station that we had in Havana. The first train station wasn't located right there. It was located in the grounds where nowadays is located our very own Capitol building. You know, here in Cuba, also in Havana, we have very own things. Don't think that you have your own things too. Okay, so we have our very own Central Park. We have our very own Capitol building. We have a lot of Art Deco buildings, very, very, very beautiful. And of course, they are our things, you know, not the one that you have in the United States. The thing is that we had a very hard influence from the United States, from America. Practically everything was built here by American companies, such as Porter Henderson, who was the one that was in charge of the construction of the Capitol building at that time during the we are now approaching the Fraternity Park. And why the Fraternity Park? Well, at the very beginning of the foundation of the village, it was used for the parades of the militaries of the Spaniard army. So, parenthesis here. Here on the right, you can see our very own Capitol building. Let me tell you that this one is higher than yours. But But the one that you have in Washington is a little bit wider than this one. So we are even. Let's give it